Good day to everyone. I want to welcome you all to my podcast on today. As you all know, my name is Stanley THATCH, and this is How I See It Sports Talk Podcast. I'm going to say welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm feeling some kind of good on today. I had to sit there this morning and motivate myself and to continuously remind myself that I can do anything that I put my mind to. You know, I deal with the naysayers, and I've learned how to put them behind me so I can move forward. And for that, I am thankful. Podcasting is not easy. It's not something that you can just get into unless you have a made-up mind that you're going to really put in the work that is necessary to get whatever it is that you're looking to get out of podcasting and to be successful. As I do my research and as far as casting is concerned, to me, I look at it as being a saturated field, a field that has plenty of retired sports ball players that's doing a lot of podcasting this day and time. And I sometimes ask myself, can I really compete with those guys that play professional sports and now they're podcasting? Because will people see me as being knowledgeable because of the simple fact that I didn't play professional sports? So will they look at me the same way as they look at the persons that play professional sports and now podcasting? So I ended up making the decision, and I told myself, I said, Stanley, if they can do it, you can do it. If you believe in yourself, Stanley, then you will be okay. But be persistent. Be persistent. Do your homework. Do your research. Take your time. Be all you can be. And believe, and you will be just fine. So, here I am. Subject for today. I've been enjoying myself the past couple of days tuning in to the NBA Summer League. I watched a little bit of Summer League basketball the past couple of years, but I find this year to be somewhat different. I find this year to be more exciting, more entertaining. It's just something about these young men out here right about now that's playing Summer League, first year players, second year players. These guys are pretty good. And from what I can see is there are going to be some teams that's going to be very, very happy of the players that's going to be coming up next year to participate in the NBA 23-24 season. Now, my main topic for today, as far as the Summer League is concerned, and it's not a real topic that I enjoy bringing to you, but it has to be done. Somebody got to do it. And that topic today is the number 2 pick, Brandon Miller, out of Alabama, who was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets. Now, I talked about Brandon Miller in his first outing, which we all know wasn't that good of an outing. And we came to the conclusion, or I came to the conclusion, my own conclusion, that, okay, I'm going to give him a benefit of the doubt. It was his first time out. And he might have to, work his way through some things to get himself on track. That's all well and good. It's all well and good. But then I watched him in his second outing, and I'm gonna have to say that Charlotte may have some concerns. Charlotte could very well be looking at a plan B. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I mean, really, man. I mean, it was just that bad. I feel for the young man, but how I see it, he's not ready. Not to take on that type of responsibility of a number 2 pick. I mean, if you just look at his body language, he just doesn't appear to be really that interested in being good. There's no excitement to his game, none whatsoever. As a matter of fact, if I had purchased a ticket to go see this man play, I would be really upset or not happy watching him play on last night. I mean, this young man only took 4 shots. 4 shots. He played 28 minutes, and he did have 1 3-pointer and 1 free throw. There is no way that I would be happy drafting him where they did. There's no way that I would see that performance as being acceptable. And then again, nobody, not only me, I don't think nobody saw that performance as being acceptable. Now, this would tick me off. You got people like Perkins on ESPN analyst, ESPN analyst. Perkins want to be like, give the kid a chance. It was only his first 2 games. He's going to be all right. Just give him time. Well, Mr. Perkins, I remember that you were the same person that said the Heat was going to win the NBA Finals. And you spoke it like it was just really, really, really going to happen, man. Like you knew what you were talking about. So here we are again. Sounds to me like you really just don't know what you're talking about, my man. Because if you like give this young man time, I mean, I don't, I don't get your logic at all. He had his time once they called his name on draft night. That was his time. That particular night, he was supposed to start getting himself prepared to come out and play basketball on a high level. I mean, watching him play is like watching somebody just been made. You gonna play? I don't want to play. Yes, you are gonna play. Like he's being made to play, but he don't really want to do it. That's just what it looks like to me, man. And I'ma tell you, those other young kids out there, I mean, they are like shining. So why don't they need all this time? Okay. There's the Las Vegas games that's going to be played tonight. And he's going to get a chance to showcase his skills against the San Antonio Spurs, some of their team again, which will be on display tonight. If that's the word I want to use, I'm gonna move forward. But Wabambi, the #1 pick, he'll be in the house, baby. He'll be in the house. This is gonna be his first time out. It's gonna be real interesting. Miller, if you have the same type of performance as you did the first 2 games, I strongly recommend you go home and you rethink some things. As a matter of fact, I would even say go as far as giving Ball a call and say, hey, let me come and spend some time with you, man. And as a matter of fact, Ball probably should have given him a call and say, hey, young blood, what's going on with you? You know, hey, it's going to be all right. You know, just do this, do that. Why don't you try this? Why don't you try it? I mean, something has to be done. Something has to be done because right now, the situation is looking dire. Really. And I'm just telling you how I see it. It's bad right now. If you're a Charlotte Hornets fan, it's bad, real bad. But I'm gonna leave it at that. And we'll definitely be tuning in tonight to see if Brandon Miller can change some things. Ran across an article yesterday. I don't know if you all tuned in on my previous podcast of mine and when I was talking about the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott. And I mentioned that I thought that Dak Prescott was, I thought Dak Prescott was like 15 as far as where he stood at with the other quarterbacks. I had him at number 15. And the following day I came across this article. And it was about Dak Prescott and where this journalist saw him, and it just so happened that the journalist had him at 15 too. So it made me feel like I know somewhat about what I'm talking about. Kudos, Stanley. Give yourself a pat on the back. Give yourself a pat on the back. Well deserved, well deserved. Well, I took down I wrote down what that journalist top 15 quarterbacks were. And this is how he did it. He did it by tiers. And let me run through this real quick, and you all can see if you agree. Now, from looking at it, there's a few changes that I would make, but it just so happened that Prescott wouldn't be one of them. All right, tier 1. He had Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and he called them the big three. Top tier, best of the best. Tier 2. Now, what he's saying is that tier 2, these quarterbacks could join the top tier maybe sometime in the near future, like this year, coming up. And those quarterbacks are Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, and Jalen Hurts. Me personally, I would trade Jalen Hurts. I would move Jalen Hurts up to the big three and bring Josh Allen down. Reason being, Josh Allen threw like 14 interceptions last year. And the past 5 years, Josh Allen had more interceptions than any other quarterback that's playing today. And last year, like I just said, he threw 14, only behind the leader, which is Dak Prescott. But let me move forward. Tier 3. He's saying these quarterbacks are intriguing, but they do have question marks. I'm not going to mention those question marks. I'm going to just go ahead and call out the quarterbacks that he has in tier 3. Aaron Rodgers, Justin Fields, Daniel Jones, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson. I'm a little leery about Deshaun Watson being a tier 3 quarterback. I'm a little leery about Russell Wilson, the way he played last year, about being a tier 3 quarterback. I'm also leery about Daniel Jones being a tier 3 quarterback. Justin Fields, of course, made a great deal of improvement on last year. Made a big improvement on last year. I like Justin Fields' upside. So we can comfortably say that right now Justin Fields can be a tier 3 quarterback. Tier 4. Well. Tier 4. Jared Goff, and there goes our buddy Dak Prescott, followed by Geno Smith, Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill, Derek Carr, who was the Raiders quarterback, and I'm just so glad he's gone. He also had 14 interceptions last year. and the Raiders was headed nowhere with him as their quarterback. But the downside to that is they seem to think Jimmy Garoppolo is a tier 4 quarterback, which I don't understand because Jimmy Garoppolo, he had some nice outings with the San Francisco 49ers as well as a Super Bowl appearance. So I think they're being a little harsh when it comes down to Garoppolo. Tier 5, Mac Jones, Pickett, and that about do it. So I looked at this and I saw that they have Dak Prescott at number 15. So I did call that right. I'm not alone. I'm not talking just to be talking. Now I know the Dallas Cowboy fans are going to have a problem with that, but hey, it is what it is. You got to play the hand that you dealt with. Got to play the hand that you dealt with. Moving on. Damian Lillard. And I'm going to keep this short. I'm just hearing it over and over and over again. Who's going to end up trading for Damian Lillard? You all know how I feel about it. I really and truly think that he should stay put. He's been with Portland for 11 years, and it hasn't been all that bad, really. You know, there are a lot of other teams out there that have done a lot worse the past 11 years. And I just don't see at this particular time a trade that will get him into the NBA Finals. I like what Portland did this year. I think with what Portland has already done and with a few more acquisitions, if they can hang tough by the trade deadline, feel things out, see what happens, and if by the trade deadline you're not satisfied, then say, okay, well, hey man, you know, I gave it a shot. But the thing about it is, the problem that Little is running into right now, as you all know, is that Portland does not have to trade with Miami, which is the request that Lillard is making. And has made it clear that that's the only team that he will play with at this particular time, which is being reported. Now, I haven't heard that out of his mouth, so let me just make that clear. But I think that Lillard waited a little too long to decide he wants to move on. I think he should have did 3 or 4 years ago. If he were to be traded now, it's still going to take a year or two, probably, for the team that he goes to make the adjustments necessary for the team that he plays for to become NBA Finals ready. So the only thing we can do right now is just wait and see. But at least you all know how I see it. This has been a pretty good show, I do believe. And I hope you all agree. And I hope you all will join me again on my next episode. Love you. Peace.